Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today our content is going to be slightly different. We're going to talk about how you can reach Grand Champ in just under 800 hours. Back in 2019 and 2020, I used to see a lot of videos titled how you can get to Grand Champ in under 1,000 hours, and I used to think, wow, you can really get to a top rank in a game that has been there for 4 to 5 years in just 1,000 hours? I mean, that must require a lot of skill. I got my hands on the game in August 2020. Now, I didn't know that the game was going free to play the very next month, so I kind of got ripped off. But the fact is that game just felt so intriguing to me. I always had my eyes on Rocket League, but I never had the access to play it, as I used to live in China and Rocket League was banned in China as long as I can remember. They had their own version, but I never really had the heart to try it out. Anyways, I think that's enough backstory for me. So let's just get into the video and let me tell you how you can get to Grand Champ in just under 800 hours. Let's talk about mindset for a second. There's two mindsets I really need you to understand. The first one is what every YouTuber is preaching, so listen to them and stop blaming your teammates. Blame yourself. Look at your mistakes. Yes, of course they will make mistakes, but that is why they are in this certain rank and so are you. So what you need to do is learn from your mistakes and you will be able to carry them out of this rank and yourself out of this rank. Unfortunately, sometimes there are AFK players, sometimes there are losses that are just out of your control, but you will have control over the majority of your games, I promise you that. I would also like to address the fact that I think Rocket League is one of the easiest games to carry on. If we look at other competitive games out there, like League of Legends, Dota, Valorant, CSGO, you have 4 teammates and 5 different opponents. There are many more variables to the game, many more that can change the game's state, the game's outlook, the game's result. In Rocket League, you have 1 to 2 teammates max, so if you certainly believe that you deserve a better rank, then you should be ready to buckle up and carry your way out of there. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I saying that Rocket League is an easy game. It's not. I'm trying to say that according to other competitive games out there, if your skill level in Rocket League is better than where you think you're supposed to be at, then you should be able to get out of that rank no matter what. Now, the second mindset that I really need you to understand, and you have to follow this one if you really want to get out of that rank, if you really want to get out of ELO hell. This is not an easy mindset to follow, but if you follow it, you will climb faster than you have ever done before. Your rank does not matter. Period. That's it. Your rank doesn't matter. That is how you climb fast. Every time you finish a game, you need to focus on, did you improve? What did you learn from that game? Did your understanding of the game become better? What exactly happened in the game? What went wrong? What went right? That is how you become better. If after each game, the only thing that you can think about is how much MMR you gained or lost, then you will be stuck in ELO hell forever. There is a term which is not very popular in Rocket League, but it is very popular in MOBA games, and that term is limit testing. It's a very important aspect in most games, but I don't see a lot of people talk about it. You can test your limits, the game's limits, and your knowledge towards the game. This is how you will improve. This is how you will get more consistent. And this is how you will understand different situations. Now, please do understand that limit testing does not mean you have to go find a new mechanic. No. Limit testing can both be a game knowledge decision or even a mechanical decision. For example, do you think the first person or the first team who went for a bump in a 2-on-1 situation knew exactly what was going to happen? In this meta, this is a very highly valued play. But when they thought of the play, it was a creative decision and it worked out like a charm. If we look at a similar situation, if it's a 2-on-2, a bump becomes a little more risky because if you're able to bump one, the second might save it and you guys have double committed and your net is empty. So it is that risk versus reward that you're testing out, and you have to critically reflect on why a certain play worked out or why it didn't. And once you have figured that out, your game knowledge improves massively, and that's what you take away from it. Sure, limit testing may have its problems. You might lose some MMR, but that knowledge you gain is priceless because the next 10 games you play, you will not make that mistake, and that is what will help you rise up in the ranks. Now let's get to the section that all of you guys have been waiting for. Mechanics. Yes, it may be a little bit hard for you to believe, but you do need a certain amount of mechanics to get to Grand Champ. The first one, most important of them all, you need to learn how to flip reset. Now, if you believe that, please smack yourselves on the head. I'm obviously kidding. No, you do not need to learn how to flip reset. What I'm going to do in this section is that I'm going to list the mechanics that you need to get to Grand Champ, and I'm going to list them in the order that you should learn them or you should practice them in, because I feel that this order is the most effective way for you to learn these mechanics. But everybody learns at different paces, everybody learns in different ways, so if you want to try out a different order, go for it. Now, the first mechanic that I want you to get your hands on or to learn is a fun one. You will not get bored of it that fast, and once you get it, you will feel awesome. This mechanic is the air dribble. The reason why I preach air dribbles is because it teaches you basic aerial car control, basic recoveries, and even makes you a little bit more comfortable on the wall. I don't want you to go and do air roll, air dribbles, anything fancy, flip resets. No, I want you to get a consistent one-way air dribble. This is how you learn the basics of all mechanics, and they are very important. The second mechanic that I want you to focus on is power shots. Go into free play, smack the ball around as hard as you can, get the ball as fast as you can. Don't worry about where it's going at the start. Worry about getting to the ball as fast as you can. You will learn how to hit the ball with most power, and this is a very important mechanic when it comes to Rocket League. Now, the third mechanic is aerials or aerial car control. For this, I would prefer workshop maps like Lethamir's Rings or the aerial car control workshop map. These are very good tools for you to use. Also, custom training for your aerial shots, very important. You should know how to read the ball, where it's going, how you should position your car in order to jump for the ball. What a mistake a lot of people make during aerials is that they don't face their car where the ball is going, so they have to change the direction of their car mid-air. This slows down your momentum a lot, and later on in the ranks, people will beat you to the ball by miles. The next mechanic that I want you to focus on is dribbling and flicks. Especially in playlists like 2s or 1s, dribbling is a very big part of the game. It helps you keep control of the ball, it makes you comfortable with keeping the ball close to you, and you might just be able to hit an insane flick on your opponents. Now, the last two mechanics that I'm about to say, you should not touch them until you're Champ 2, Champ 3, maybe even Champ 1 if you're ambitious. These are the air roll shots and double taps. Now, I'm not talking the air roll shots as in pre-jumping, air rolling whilst you're getting to the ball. No. The air roll that I'm talking about is, for example, if you're on the right side of the field and the ball is coming to you, you air roll to the right and you flip to the left to get the target and the power. Now, the last mechanic, double taps. Yes, they're fancy. Yes, they're a hard mechanic to learn and get down. But the reason why it's here is that you need to enhance your reading capabilities. You need to be able to read the ball off the wall. You need to be able to read where the ball is going. Again, this does not mean that you have to pre-jump every ball in competitive games because your reading is superior. No, you just have to make sure that you read it better than your opponent and that you don't panic. In conclusion, I would say these are the most important aspects you require to rank up fast in Rocket League. I've seen diamonds that can double flip reset. I've seen champs that can flip reset, musty, double tap. Even though they have the superior mechanics, they're still stuck in that rank because mechanics is not everything. Just like most team sports, I believe that game knowledge and macro decisions are more important. We are looking to be consistent. We're looking for consistency and we're looking to learn how to do the basics perfectly. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Please make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button and ring the notification bell if you need to. See you next time.